Imagine waking up tomorrow morning. The sun is rising. You sit up in bed, but instead of checking your phone, you close your eyes. You imagine that a fever has taken you in the night. You imagine your heart stopping. You imagine your body being washed, dressed in white robes, and placed in a coffin. You watch your family crying. You watch the lid close. You watch the earth cover your grave. You are dead, gone, finished. Now, open your eyes. You are still here. The sun is still shining. You have been given a bonus day, a day that belongs to a ghost. How would you live this day? Would you be afraid of a rude email? Would you be shy to speak your truth? Would you care about your bank account? No, because a dead man has nothing to lose. In the early 1700s, a samurai named Yamamoto Tsunetomo retired to a mountain hut to write the ultimate guide to the warrior's soul. It was called the Hagakure, hidden by the leaves. It contains the most terrifying and liberating sentence in Japanese history. The way of the samurai is found in death. He did not mean you should seek suicide. He meant that you should practice dying every single morning. You are paralyzed right now because you are trying to survive. You are protecting your ego, protecting your job, protecting your image. You are walking on eggshells. The samurai knew a secret. The man who tries to save his life will lose it. The man who willingly throws it away becomes invincible. If you are already dead, you cannot be killed. If you are already dead, you are free. Today we are going to teach you the forbidden meditation of Meditatio Mortis. We are going to show you how to kill your fear by killing yourself every morning. You have been holding your breath for years. It is time to exhale. Are you ready to die? The two types of fear. You are standing on the edge of a cliff. Your heart races. Your palms sweat. Your body screams, "Step back!" This is type 1 fear, biological fear. It is useful. It keeps you alive. It prevents you from falling to your death. Now, imagine you are standing in a meeting room. You have to give a presentation to 5 colleagues. Your heart races. Your palms sweat. Your body screams, "Step back!" This is type 2 fear, psychological fear. It is useless. It is a glitch. There is no tiger in the meeting room. There is no cliff. So why does your body react as if you are about to die? Because your brain is running outdated software. To a tribal human 50,000 years ago, being rejected by the tribe meant death. If you were humiliated, you were exiled. If you were exiled, you were eaten by wolves. So your brain equates public speaking with being eaten by wolves. It equates rejection with death. You are walking around protecting your ego with the same intensity that you protect your physical body. You are terrified of a social death. Yamamoto Tsunetomo saw this weakness in the samurai of his time. He saw men who were skilled with the sword, but terrified of making a mistake. They were clinging to their reputation. A man who is reluctant to die, Tsunetomo wrote, will die a dog's death. He meant that if you enter a conflict trying to save yourself or look good, you will hesitate. You will calculate. And while you are calculating, the enemy, who has already accepted death, will cut you down. The Hagakure teaches that the only way to conquer type 2 fear is to voluntarily induce it until it breaks. You cannot think positive to remove the fear of death. You must look the monster in the eye until it blinks. You are suffering because you are clinging to a future that hasn't happened yet. I need to get that promotion. I need her to say yes. I need this video to go viral. This clinging is a chain around your neck. The moment you say, I am already dead, so the promotion does not matter, the chain breaks. And ironically, once the chain breaks, you become charismatic, bold, and powerful enough to actually get the promotion. The man who doesn't care if he lives or dies is the only man who is truly alive. The Ritual of Mourning Death. Tsunetomo wrote, "Every morning, the samurai should meditate on being ripped apart by arrows, carried away by huge waves, cast into the midst of a great fire, struck by lightning, shaken to death by a great earthquake, falling from 1,000-foot cliff, dying of disease, or committing seppuku." This sounds like a nightmare. Why would anyone start their day like this? Is it to become depressed? Is it to become morbid? No. It is to become vaccinated. When you get a vaccine, you inject a small, dead version of the virus into your blood. Your immune system fights it, defeats it, and becomes stronger. When the real virus comes, your body says, I know you. You cannot hurt me. The Hagakure ritual is a fear vaccine. Most modern people practice positive visualization. They stand in the mirror and say, "Today will be perfect. Everyone will love me. I will be rich." This makes you fragile. Because when the day isn't perfect, when the coffee spills or the boss yells, your delusion shatters. You panic because you were not prepared for pain. The samurai practiced negative visualization. He wakes up and visualizes the worst-case scenario in 4K resolution. He feels the arrow piercing his lung. He smells the smoke of the burning castle. He feels the grief of losing his family. He sits with that pain. He processes it. He accepts it. And then he opens his eyes. He looks around. No arrows, no fire. His family is sleeping in the next room. The birds are singing. A wave of immense gratitude washes over him. I am alive, he thinks. This is a miracle. By visiting the darkness, the light becomes brighter. By accepting the worst outcome, he removes its power. If you have already mentally accepted that you might get fired today, you walk into the office with zero anxiety. You don't want to get fired, but you are not terrified of it. You have already packed your box in your mind. This lack of fear makes you dangerous. It makes you the only person in the room who can speak the truth to the boss. Because you are not negotiating for your safety, you have already spent it. You are walking through life, flinching. You are flinching at shadows. The Hagakure says, stop flinching. Look at the shadow. Realize it cannot hurt you. The man who has died 1,000 times in his mind walks through the battlefield of life like a tourist. He notices the beauty of the flowers, even while the swords are clashing. The 7-breath rule. Yamamoto Tsunetomo noticed a sickness spreading among the samurai class during the peaceful Edo period. They were becoming smart. They were becoming philosophers, politicians, and bureaucrats. They would sit in council meetings and debate a single issue for 5 hours. They would weigh the pros and cons. They would anticipate every risk. Tsunetomo hated this. He called it the stagnation. He wrote, "Matters of great concern should be treated lightly. Matters of small concern should be treated seriously." And he gave a specific rule for decision-making. If it cannot be decided within the space of 7 breaths, it is not worth doing. This is the 7-breath rule. It sounds insane to modern ears. We are taught to sleep on it. We are taught to gather more data. But Tsunetomo argued that time is the enemy of courage. In the first breath, your intuition speaks. It is pure. It is brave. In the second breath, your logic activates. By the 7th breath, your fear has arrived. By the 7th breath, you are no longer thinking about what is right. You are thinking about what is safe. You are thinking, what if I fail? What will people say? Is there a cheaper option? The decision rots. Like fresh fish left in the sun, a decision loses its spirit if it sits too long. You are suffering from analysis paralysis. You stare at an email for 20 minutes, wondering how to word it perfectly. You stare at the gym membership, wondering if you can afford it. You are waiting for certainty. But certainty is a ghost. It does not exist in this world. The samurai accepted that every decision is a gamble. You might walk left and die. You might walk right and die. Since death is inevitable, the correctness of the choice matters less than the energy of the choice. Tsunetomo said, "Even if it seems like a dog's death, if you move with determination, there is no shame." He meant that a wrong decision made with 100% conviction is often better than a right decision made with 50% doubt. Why? Because the world respects momentum. If you decide to start a business in 7 breaths and you fail, you will learn, pivot, and start the next one before the overthinker has even finished his business plan. Speed creates its own luck. Hesitation creates its own failure. Next time you face a choice, a menu, a Netflix movie, or a difficult text to send, try the 7-breath rule. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. If you haven't moved by number 7, you are not thinking. You are hiding. Make the call. Cut the knot. It is better to be wrong and alive than to be right and paralyzed. Forcibly. Combating in the Hagakure about a rainstorm, Tsunetomo writes, "There is something to be learned from a rainstorm. When meeting with a sudden shower, you try not to get wet and run quickly along the road. But doing such things as passing under the eaves of houses, you still get wet. When you are resolved from the beginning, you will not be perplexed, though you still get the same soaking. This is the philosophy of the soaking. Think about what happens when it starts raining and you don't have an umbrella. You hunch your shoulders, you squint your eyes, you run, you stress. You are fighting the rain. You are thinking, I shouldn't be getting wet, this is bad. But the result? You are soaking wet. Now think of the man who accepts the rain. He looks at the sky, he says, it is raining. He walks at a normal pace, his shoulders are relaxed. He gets wet. The physical outcome is identical. The spiritual outcome is opposite. The first man suffered twice. He suffered the rain, and he suffered the resistance to the rain. The second man suffered only the rain. Most of your anxiety is the act of running from drops that have already hit you. You are in debt? That is the rain. Running from the phone calls, hunching your shoulders, stressing about it, that is the resistance. It doesn't pay the debt, it just exhausts you. You are going through a breakup? That is the rain. Stalking their Instagram, asking, why me, trying to bargain. That is running under the eaves. You are still single, but now you are miserable too. Tsunetomo teaches the mindset of settlement. When the problem arrives, do not flinch. Settle into it. Say, "Okay, I am wet. Now, do I keep walking?" This applies to the ultimate rainstorm, death. Most people spend 80 years running under the eaves of distractions, entertainment, and safety, trying not to get wet by the thought of mortality. They get to the end, and they are exhausted, out of breath, and terrified. The samurai resolves from the beginning, "I am already wet. I am already dying." Because he accepts the soaking, he can enjoy the walk. He can notice the thunder. He can taste the water. He is not surviving the storm. He is becoming the storm. Stop hunching your shoulders. The problems you are facing today are not interruptions to your life. They are your life. If you are going to get wet, you might as well walk with your head up. The blossoming. The samurai symbol is not the sword. It is the sakura, the cherry blossom. Have you ever wondered why? A rose clings to the branch. It stays there until it turns brown, rots, and withers away. It dies an ugly, slow death. The cherry blossom is different. It falls at the absolute peak of its beauty. A sudden wind blows and the petals scatter. They do not cling. They do not rot. They simply let go. To the samurai, this was the ideal life. It is better to live for a moment in full, brilliant color than to wither on the branch for 100 years in fear. You are obsessed with duration. You count your steps. You eat your kale. You track your sleep. You are trying to maximize the number of days you stay on the earth. But Hagakure asks a different question. Not how long, but how deep. You can live to be 90, but if you spent 80 of those years afraid, worried, and waiting for the weekend, were you alive? Or were you just a biological machine converting food into anxiety? The acceptance of death is not a sad thing. It is the ultimate energizer. When you realize the movie has an ending, you stop checking your phone during the movie. You watch the screen. When you realize the vacation ends on Sunday, you enjoy the sunset on Saturday. You are on a vacation called life, and it is ending. Maybe in 50 years, maybe in 5 minutes. The uncertainty is what gives it value. Gold is valuable because it is rare. Your time is valuable only because it is scarce. If you lived forever, nothing would matter. You could just do it later. But you cannot do it later. There is no later. Yamamoto Tsunetomo retired to his cave not to hide from life, but to find it. He found that when you walk hand in hand with death, the world becomes incredibly vivid. The tea tastes better. The air smells sweeter. The love for your family becomes fierce, because you know this might be the last time you see them. This is not morbidity. This is presence. Tonight, before you sleep, try the ritual. Lay your head on the pillow, take a breath, and say goodbye to yourself. Accept that your story might be done. And then, if you are lucky enough to open your eyes tomorrow morning, treat that day like what it really is. A bonus round, a free spin, a gift from the gods. Do not waste a single second of the gift on fear. You are a dead man walking. So go out there and finally start living. So tell me, if you knew for a fact that you would not wake up next Monday, what is the one thing you would stop caring about today? For example, my boss's opinion, my debt, my awkwardness. Write it in the comments. Let it go. Die to the past so you can wake up to the future.